Hello everybody, I am Master Sang H. Kim, 7th Dan black belt in Taekwondo. Front kick is the most fundamental kick. It helps you develop a good posture. It requires you to keep your standing leg and head balanced so that the kicking leg can function freely. When your kicking leg comes up to the target area, your upper body naturally releases your hands to come down to maintain the balance of the action and reaction force that takes place between the lower body and upper body. First, secure the front foot firmly on the ground and shift your entire weight to the standing leg and bring up your kicking knee first. Once the kicking knee reaches the target angle, release the foot toward the target. And then withdraw the foot below your knee, close to your hip. Your upper body and hands should follow the natural reaction to the kinetic force of your lower body without losing the equilibrium of the entire technique. The chin should be fixed firmly, and your eyes must look at the target from the beginning to the end. The target holder should grab the target firmly so as not to drop it, and yet loose enough to absorb the shock from the kick. The holding angle varies according to your style and habit. For heavy back front kick, it's better to use the ball of the foot. If you kick the bottom of the hanging heavy back, you may use the instep. One important thing is that you can deliver the entire body weight through your kick to the heavy back, which you might have difficulty in handheld target kick. Roundhouse kick is a variation of the front kick. You bring up the knee to the target area, then pivot the entire body before impact. To be successful, you must rotate the standing foot so that your hip can rotate to deliver the power. Retreating the foot after kicking properly is as important as the kicking itself. First, secure the front foot and knee. Bring up the kicking knee toward the target area. At the final impact, your hip must be fully rotated to deliver the entire force through your foot. After the kick, withdraw the foot close to your hip and bring it back to the original position, while you may drop it in front of you. Your upper arms travel to the opposite direction of the kicking leg to compensate for the force of the kicking. The angles of a roundhouse kick vary according to how you kick. A short kick usually goes 15 to 30 degree angle, medium kick between 30 to 60 degree, long kick travels 90 degrees. So accordingly, your partner should adjust the target angle. The height of the target also can vary, middle, high, or low section. For heavy back kicking, you can use either the instep or ball of the foot. The difference of a kicking with the target and heavy back is that the target is for speed and accuracy training, and the heavy back is for power and balance. Side kick begins as a front kick, travels as a roundhouse kick, and ends up as a side kick. This analogy might help you have a clear concept of the differences of those kicks and the progressive relationship. As the name of the technique describes, you must turn your body to the side angle completely. Your hip and head and feet should align on the same plane at the moment of impact. First, secure the front leg and pivot the standing foot as you bring the kicking leg forward. Once the kicking knee turns 90 degrees, snap out the foot to the target area. Then withdraw the leg to the original position in a reverse way, or drop it in front of you. Your upper body is rotating to create a reaction force for the kick and securing the entire body to be balanced. The heavy bag is an excellent tool to practice a side kick. You can deliver the entire force of your kick, which is not possible to small-handed target. The key point in heavy bag side kick is to execute the technique to penetrate into the bag rather than hitting the surface. Good posture and good flexibility are a must for raising kick. Before you kick, imagine realistically how high you can raise your foot. Then relax your muscles and do it. Initially, begin with a low raising in a slow speed. Then gradually bring the leg higher until you can kick comfortably high. First, secure your standing leg firmly. Then, in a circular motion, bring your foot up in the air as high as you can. Remember not to put too much power in your kicking leg because it will become heavier. Make it as light as possible. Your upper arms will automatically come around kicking leg to maintain the equilibrium. Once the kicking is done, always bring your guarding arms up. Position the target as high as you can reach. The target angle varies, but 15 to 45 degrees is common. The kicking part is the bottom of the foot. Outside crescent kick travels in a circular motion from the center line to outward part of your body. It must be done quickly in one motion. Good posture and good flexibility plus mental relaxation are important for this technique. Begin with a low height small circle in a slow motion. Then gradually increase the height, circular angle, and the speed. First, secure your front leg and bring your front arm down to the direction where your kicking foot will follow. Rotate your upper body to coil the force in the region of your waist. Then bring the knee and foot up in the air and near your face. Then release the foot suddenly to the outside across your face. Outside crescent kick is primarily to develop the kicking range of motion rather than practical application. However, it can also be used to strike the target by slightly turning the angle of the foot. This kick is very similar to whip kick. When you reach this level, now you can attempt precision drills as you can see on the TV. Before you practice this skill with your partner, practice enough on the handheld target, heavy back, trees, or other targets. Kicking target is the ear, the jaw, the neck, the temple, or behind the ear. Your sense of balance is critical for precision of movement. Inside crescent kick travels in the opposite direction of the outside crescent kick. Bring your foot right above your head to the center line. Then snap down inward. It should be done in one movement. Initially, start with a low level in slow motion and gradually increase the range of motion and the speed. First, stand straight with the back muscles well aligned and secure the standing foot firmly on the ground. Bring the kicking foot well above the face level and drop down at a 5 to 30 degree angle from the center line. The force will be at maximum when your foot just passes the center line. Then it becomes nearly zero when the foot hits the ground. Your arms may travel higher than any other kicks due to the fact that the initial action force of the kicking is greater than the other kicks. The position of the target for inside crescent kick is at the face level in 5 to 30 degree angle depending on the level of your precision or the angle of your kicking. The holder should hold the target away from his or her face for safety. The kicker must adjust exact distance and height of the target before kicking. Try to maximize the kicking force at the moment of impact and reduce it to zero after kick. Before you kicking, decide which target to hit. When you kick, bring your entire body slightly or completely toward the opponent if you are engaging in actual sparring. X kick is to chop straight down on the target. This is one of the most deadly kicking techniques. Many competitors get knocked out by this technique. However, it is relatively easy to practice if you know how. First, from fighting stance, relax your shoulders. Bring your knee up as you do the front kick. Then, point your toe toward the opponent and snap the bottom of the foot down at the face of the opponent. Raise your leg as high as you can. When it reaches the maximum height, drop the foot toward the target and bounce your upper body slightly backward. Ideally, the knee should touch the front side of the shoulder at the maximum height. To be successful with the X kick, you need not only lower body flexibility, but also upper body flexibility. The target holder must grip the target firmly but loose enough to be flexible to observe the kicking target. When you kick the target, bend your knee slightly before the impact and snap it straight down through the target rather than at the target. The primary target for X-kick is the face. It is a knockout technique, hence dangerous and difficult. When you get hit, it shocks the brain, causing dizziness or even concussion. So use extreme caution and care for application. More precisely speaking, this technique is a side whip kick. Your body must turn entirely to the side like a side kick. If side kick is to thrust into the body, this technique is to whip the opponent's face. With your foot, create a large circle in the air. Stretch your whole body along the circle, maintaining the central balance on the standing foot. First, secure your balance by positioning the front foot firmly on the ground, the head straight, and the stomach muscles tensed. Bring your kicking leg close to the other leg, coiling the entire body. Bring the leg with knee straight as high as you can in a clockwise circular motion. Once it goes above the head, whip it out as far as you can without losing the balance. After kicking, both arms stay close to your body to bring the force toward you. For whip kick, the target should be held in an angular way similar to the shape of the face. Since the primary target of the whip kick is the face, bring your knee forward and quickly rotate your body and snap it outward toward the target, and let the foot go through the target. For safety, your partner must always wear headgear for the practice. And do not kick the face and practice over and over until you get the right precision and the timing. After whip kick, do not run away, but move closer to the opponent so that you don't expose the opening on your body. In actual fight, the target is the jaw, the ear, or the temple. Back kick is literally kicking to the back direction. However, since your opponent stands in front of you in most of the cases, you have to turn your body 180 degrees toward the target. Balance and coordination of the left and right parts of the body are important factors that bring the force together to the designated target area. Begin to practice slowly and feel the different function of different parts of your body and try to coordinate all of them to accomplish the sense of balance and accuracy. First, rotate your body with your back facing the target and then your weight being shifted to the front leg. Now lift the rear foot, bring the foot to your knee height of the standing leg At the same time, look at the target over your shoulder. At the beginning stage, you might easily lose your balance when you try to turn your head before kicking. So you may practice without turning the head until you get good at the kicking technique. Once your foot is up above your knee, rotate your body and bring your foot to the target. Now the weight is 100% on the standing leg, and release the foot and secure the balance of the standing leg. After kicking is done, bring the foot back in opposite way. In actual spotting, you may drop your foot in front of you or to the side according to the situation. Heavy back is the perfect tool for back kick practice. You can deliver full force kicks without damaging your body. Choose a medium hard back or air back so that you don't create any back injuries. When you practice the back kick, first look at the target, decide the precise target area, then rotate your body while shifting your weight to the front leg. Then let your body fly into the target. Turn kick means turn around roundhouse kick. Since you expose your back when you turn, you must turn as fast as you can, and most importantly, without losing your balance and your sight on the opponent. First, rotate your hip, then let the other parts follow the momentum. Weight shifting must be smooth and natural, and make sure you bring your guards up as soon as the technique is done. First, shift your weight to the front leg as you turn around. Keep your rear leg relaxed and agile while turning. Look at the target over your shoulder and keep your elbows around your body. Once you turn, chamber your rear knee to make a roundhouse kick. As soon as your knee reaches near the target angle, release the foot toward the target area. After the kick, withdraw the foot and come back to the fighting position. Your upper body should be aligned in a vertical angle to the ground and relaxed for smooth turning. Special attention must be paid to the pivoting and weight shifting, the angle of a rotation, and the amount of force that you put at each stage. When you kick the heavy back, bring your body toward the back. Assuming in real fighting, your opponent may back up when you go in. The target varies. You can kick to the trunk, the stomach, the neck, or the face. One important thing to remember is that you must be committed to your performance. Once you turn, it's very difficult to withdraw. In other words, it is so risky that you must decide beforehand whether to go deeply or not. Spin whip kick is to turn around and kick the target by side whip kick. The difference is that spin whip kick has a significantly more force than whip kick. It is a surprising technique which causes frequent knockouts in actual competition. There are 3 stages in force development: relax, focus, and release. When you relax, establish good posture. When you focus, intensify the muscles and hold the breath. When you release the foot, just let it go. You can improve the 3 stages through target practice. First, relax yourself at fighting stance and spot the target. Then suddenly pivot your feet and rotate your hip and focus the entire bodily muscles to chamber your kicking leg. And load it and release it. Repeat this practice over and over until you get the right speed and balance. First, spot the target, which is mostly the jaw, the face, the neck, or the temple. Look at the target as you turn. Bring your knee to the waist level and whip the flexed knee out toward the target and release the foot. After the kick, bring the foot around so that you don't lose your balance. Upper body should be used to initiate the spinning momentum and maintain the balance between the centrifugal force of the kicking leg and the centripetal force of the standing leg. Twist kick is a circular kick that travels in an in-to-out direction. As your knee goes out forward in a slightly inward angle, it suddenly changes direction outward. You must be in good condition to perform this technique since your hip joint rotates in an unusual angle. Practice slowly, knowing exactly how your body is working. That increases speed when you feel more comfortable through repetition. Twist the kick to the heavy back will give you feedback for your performance. When you kick properly, you will feel right with your joint maneuver. So pay attention to your feeling when you kick and accordingly adjust the angle. The target for twister kick is primarily the head area. More specifically speaking, the chin and the jaw. So when you practice this technique, pay precise attention to where you intend to strike. Because this technique will put you in a vulnerable situation since your body reveals its center after kicking. Hop front kick is an advanced form of a front kick. This kick generates explosive power that comes from your mental determination and physical speed. Once you decided to do this technique, don't waste the time and hop right in. Technique appears simple, but its application is not as simple as it looks. The target for the hop front kick is the stomach area, so you must use the ball of your foot. Pull your toes up and nail the ball area of the front foot into the target. When you release the kicking leg, you should bring your entire body toward the target and let it go. Once the technique is done, keep your guards up against the opponent's counterattack or keep attacking. The best target for this technique is the stomach area. So as soon as your opponent reveals the target area and his arms up for boxing position, hop right in. Remember, once you're determined to go in, don't back up. This technique has the same type of attributes as a hop front kick. The difference is that this kick travels in a circular line. At the moment of the impact, your hip should rotate quickly and smoothly to magnify the impact. The target for this technique is the side of the trunk if the opponent is standing straight in front of you. The stomach if the opponent stands sideways. The kicking part of the foot is the instep. I don't recommend using the ball of the foot for this technique due to the high speed of the technique, which might cause a permanent injury to your foot. After final impact, withdraw your foot as quickly as you can to prepare for the next attack. Hop roundhouse kick is an excellent technique to surprise the opponent. It is simple to use and effective to score. So this is one of the most popular techniques in competition. As soon as you spot the opening, act quickly before the opponent prepares for the counter-attacking. Hop side kick is short but fast. The function of this technique is to stop the incoming opponent or to push away the opponent to launch your follow-up techniques. Although a heavy back practice is always good for penetration of the force as hard as you can, with a hopping side kick, you can practice how to do it with controlled force. Because hopping side kick is a bridging technique to set up for the follow-up, the overcommitment of a force may diminish the effect of the follow-up technique, such as roundhouse kick or axe kick. So when you kick, retain the center of gravity at your lower stomach. The primary target for hop side kick is the waist area. It could be stomach, rib cage, rear hip when the opponent turns his body, or even the opponent's kicking leg. Timing is the most important factor for the success of this technique. Once you hit the target, push your foot an extra inch to penetrate into the center of the opponent's balance to topple him over. Hop X kick is an aggressive technique. It is a direct attack to the face or the chest. Your decisiveness and committed execution can make it work for you. So put your guards up and pick up your knee to at least your hip height quickly. The handheld target is useful to improve the accuracy of your technique. The target should be flexible enough not to hurt your knee joint or the holder's wrist. The kicker should measure the exact distance and height before kicking. The primary target for this technique is the face. Since you're attacking into the opponent's space, you must pick up your knee so that you don't jam against the opponent. When your foot reaches the target height, snap it through the target. Hopping whip kick is a surprising technique because of the reversal of the kicking direction. If you use too often, it may not work effectively, so spare it for the time you really need it. Slide in your body sideways, then pick up your knee and chamber it above the belt. When your body is passing the neutral line between you and the opponent, snap it out in horizontal angle to the target. The target for hopping whip kick are the ear, temple, neck, jaw, and face. When you practice with your partner, exercise caution for your partner. Practice against a standing partner until you acquire proficiency. When you can do this technique well, you can catch the opponent before he steps back. Jump front kick can be performed in place, sliding in or sliding back position. This is effective for counter-attacking skill. This is also good balancing exercise in the air before you begin to practice other aero kicks. Let your partner hold the target your head height at a horizontal angle. Squat slightly before the jumping. When your knee reaches your chest level, snap it out to the target. Use the ball of the foot to strike the target. First, bring your arms up in the air. Let your trunk follow the arms. Then bring your kicking knee up to your chest. At the same time, let the other foot follow the kicking foot toward your hip. When the kicking knee reaches the chest level, snap the foot through the air. Before practicing this type of a technique, make sure you are properly warmed up and in good condition. Jump back kick is literally to jump in place and to kick to the target. The body can stay in place, move forward, or move backward according to the circumstances. Before kicking, relax your muscles, but stay focused on the target height and intensity. Chamber the kicking knee in horizontal angle to the ground and bring the other foot to your hip as closely as you can. At the impact, stretch your leg into the target. Both arms should stay around your upper body following the natural motion caused by the kicking technique. Jumping back kick utilizes your body weight to create impact. So don't kick too hard, but try to integrate your entire body's energy and deliver it through your leg and foot. Aero coordination can be significantly enhanced by practicing this technique. Turn your head quickly but smoothly to spot the target area. Chamber the kicking knee in horizontal angle to the ground and bring the other foot to your hip as closely as you can. At the impact, stretch your leg into the target. Both arms should stay around your upper body following the natural motion caused by the kicking technique. This is a variation of a jumping back kick. Where the in-place jumping back kick is for counter-attacking, this technique is for powerful attacking. When you step in, at the same time switch your stance as a one motion. By moving fast, you can reduce your bodily weight nearly to zero. The use of a jump roundhouse kick is decreasing recently. However, this is a very unexpectedly effective counter-attacking technique to the face of the opponent. Squat slightly before jumping, look at the target, determine the height and the relative distance, bring your body up and hit it. First, drop your hands in order to bring your body up. Bring both feet up in the air. Then, bring both knees up. Now snap the kicking foot to the target. Bring back the kicking foot toward your hip before landing. Once both feet land, bring your guards up. And when you become good at the in-place jump roundhouse kick, you may practice leaning backward jump roundhouse kick. This is a combination of a hop front leg roundhouse kick and rear leg roundhouse kick. Do the first kick as fast as you can and let the second kick follow it with more power. The primary target for this technique is the waist level. This technique requires speed and courage to be successful. If you hesitate, you might get kicked in the face. So when you practice this kick to the heavy back, practice not only the technique, but also the fighting spirit and the confidence. This is a variation of the previous technique. If the previous technique were effective against a left-handed fighter, this technique is effective against a right-handed fighter, assuming you are right-handed fighter. If you are left-handed fighter, do it in opposite way. In both cases, the initial technique is to set up or hook the opponent. The second kick is the main power to impact. Triple kick is not 3 separate kicks, but it is one single technique. So you must think 3 as a 1. This technique is primarily for infighting situations where you and the opponent exchange kicks and punches non-stop rapidly. In this case, whoever delivers the last blow will be most likely the winner. So don't just stop after 3. Keep expanding to 4, 5, 6 until you don't have to do it anymore. One-leg double kick is to distract the opponent's attention and to show your technical superiority to your opponent. When you show the technical superiority, it impacts the opponent's psychology, which helps your momentum get going. The first kick is a low section front kick. The second is a roundhouse kick to the ear. Initiate your eye direction change by looking at the lower section. As soon as your opponent reacts to your initial attempt, abruptly change the direction of the kick to the ear. This technique requires understanding of the psychology of the opponent and rhythm of the situation before attempting. It needs calculation of the opponent's response and confidence in your ability. This technique is a combination of a short roundhouse kick and whip kick. First, the kick to the middle section should be done quickly to distract the opponent's defense. Then unexpectedly change the course of the action to side whip kick to the opposite side of the face. The first kick should attract the opponent's attention obviously enough so that you can hit the other side of the opponent. The target for the second kick is the ear, the neck, the jaw, or the temple. The bottom of the foot is the primary part to hit with, but the heel is more effective in generating the power, which causes a higher rate of a knockout in contact fight. This is a combination of a side whip kick and roundhouse kick. Mostly after you perform side whip kick, your body have a tendency to expose opening. So when you master this technique, you can hit your opponent with the second kick if you miss with the first. First, begin with a side whip kick. to the opposite side of the opponent's face. Then suddenly change the direction of the traveling foot to the other side of the face. While you are kicking, maintain your balance with your arms and upper body. This is a slide back and the side whip kick. The initial slide back includes side stomp kick with the front foot to the opponent's kicking leg, while on the opponent's front foot on the ground. As soon as the opponent steps forward to attack you, withdraw your front foot completely to the rear leg. Before your opponent launches his attack, bring your front leg up in front of the opponent and snap at the face with a side whip kick. This is a risky technique, but once you get good at it, you will surprise your opponent quite often. This technique begins with a low section short roundhouse kick, then side whip kick, and ends with a roundhouse kick to the face. To be successful, your entire body should be committed. This is good for light contact or point sparring situation. Initiate your sliding in sideways to get the distance closer. Make the low section kick to distract the opponent, then quickly go to the opposite side of the high section. Whether you hit the second shot or not, swiftly execute the third roundhouse kick to the face or the neck. Jump turn kick has a great amount of propelling force. The impact is more powerful than any other kicks. Through constant practice of ground turn kick, you should develop the sense of balance. As you progress, you will be able to control the force of the turning. First, turn and spot the target area. At the same time, shift your entire weight to the standing leg. Then lift the other leg up in the air, keeping your knee ahead of the foot. Let the knee go up in the air and tense your stomach. When your knee reaches your waist level, bring the other foot up in the air and throw it to the target. Your eyesight should always be fixed on the target area. After the impact, bring your body back to the guarding position. This technique is a step-in switch stance spin whip kick. It is an excellent technique to use for surprise attack. Due to the vulnerable nature of the spin whip kick, it is barely used for attacking. But if you can use it, you can destroy your opponent's fighting plan to a great extent. First, step in to close the distance. At the same time, switch your stance quickly and reduce the bodily weight. With the switching momentum, turn your body and prepare for the spinning whip. When you turn, spot the target and bring the kicking knee up and snap it to the target area. Then withdraw the leg around your hip and back to guarding position.